everybody. It's Paul from the Christian Rock 20 for CCM Magazine, hanging out with the Protest in the studio. How's it going, guys?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, y'all?
Cool. See, now this was fun for me because I interviewed you guys for the radio show, the Christian Rock 20, and then they were like, hey, you want to interview him for CCM Magazine? And I said, I'm going to have to get back to you on that one. No, I'm just kidding. I said, yes, of course I do. I mean, and then they were like, when we want to do video, and I'm like, that just ups the ante even more. So I'm super excited about this.
I'm really glad you didn't say, man, I can't stand those guys. I'd rather not work with them again. But you will have to tell these guys that story that we talked about the press kit thing, because I never told them, and it's really funny.
Okay, so. Yes. Well, since you already brought that up, we'll open with that.
Okay.
I love watching bands come from their maybe humble beginnings to being big rock stars like you guys are now.
Yeah, let me tell you.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite things, and I was telling Josh when we had him on the show not too long ago, I was like, hey, by the way, I still have a DVD case press kit that you guys sent out that has a hand-drawn cover.
Yeah,
and
the zombie one?
The zombie one.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
And it's unfortunate. I wanted to bring it today just so I could prove that I had it and I hadn't just heard about it. But it's somewhere in a storage unit, buried very, very
Well,
deep.
we have the artist here in the studio with us, our drummer, Mr. Jared Bramlett. Jared, what was the inspiration behind the terrifying zombie drawing?
I do not know what you're talking about.
That's Jared's best work of all time.
I thought that was really funny because we literally didn't know if anyone even got those, and if they did, like that's just great.
Yes.
Good work.
It didn't.
That's
I mean,
hilarious.
Don't get me wrong. I've known enough people in radio to know that there are some things that just go instantly in the garbage. But I'm like, I got to keep this. These guys are going to go somewhere. I got to keep this and see how this goes.
At least keep it to laugh at it, every now and then.
Well, see, it was funny. 'Cause I didn't think it was funny at the time. I'm like, these guys are doing something to stand out, and that's what really makes a difference.
He
is
gets it.
You got to be able to say, you know what, we're here, we make good music, but look, we got a little something extra. That's where it's all about. So, but you guys have come a long way because now you guys are signed to Rockfest Records and are getting ready to drop a brand new album July 13th, and it's called Legacy. First off, tell us about the record. What are you excited about with this one?
Man,
Everything.
there's a lot. I would say it's probably our biggest growth musically. Like we love all of our records. We're really proud of everything we've put out, and I feel like every other band in the world. But this really is our best work. So we're really excited for people to hear kind of what we've been working on, and it's been a long time coming. So really excited to get it out.
I mean, years went into making this record. A lot of amazing people, a lot of amazing guys helping us write good songs. Just a lot of songs that got scrapped, garbage. I mean, it's been wild. I think musically it's the best. I think it's got the most to say, and I think what I'm really excited about this record for is, in the past, I think it's a very Christian rock kind of thing to do, is to have a lot of songs about pain and turmoil, which is great because, I mean, there's definitely a place for that because there is that, deliverance from that pain and turmoil. But this song, this record, I think is just more of like a victorious record. You know what I mean? Like, I think we hope and pray that it and just lifts people up and just encourages people, man. That's what we really wanted with this record.
Nice. Very cool. Now, you guys already have a single out that's doing well already on Christian rock charts, and for those of you who don't know, that's a thing, and we're very proud of it and happy about it. But the song, What Else You Got? I mean, you guys have done a music video for it. It's already doing well. Tell us about that track.
Yeah. So that song was co-written by Mr. Josiah Prince of Disciple, and then an amazing writer named Jeremiah Jones. And man, that song it's definitely our most anthemic track, I think, of all time.
Sure, yeah.
I mentioned this in our interview, but like, man, I know it sounds crazy, but it's got a very Def Leppard thing for me because it's just like big drums and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
but I think
with me.
right, like, and I think above all that, man, like, it's just we talked about victory in Christ, and this song is just it's a more than conqueror song, man, and it's what we want. We want people to hear this song and be uplifted and encouraged to fight, man, because there is just so much trying to push you down in the world, and so many like just under attack, and we just hope that this song can reach people in that way, and if it can do that, then mission accomplished. You know what I mean? Because we don't yes, like, this is what we do for a living, but it's mission accomplished if somebody out there is is affected by it positively.
There you go. There you go. And of course, people should go and check out the video. But I have learned that there's always this weird, inevitable horror story behind every music video that's ever been made. It always feels like if it's in the water, it's like in Indiana in February, and if it's outside, then it's like the middle of the Sahara or something ridiculous like that. What's the story behind the video? What was that experience
Your first scenario is pretty close, actually. It was in Indiana, and it was in February.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
See?
And so Josh's father-in-law has a trucking business, so we moved all the semis out of this big garage. We wetted the floor down just, for that lighting effect. And in the video, you can actually see our breaths. And that's not, CGI. That's real stuff right there. And it was really cold. It was about a 10-hour shoot. But yeah, dude, like, honestly, it was pretty fluid shoot. I mean, nothing really horrific about it. So
despite the crippling cold, and then we're getting sweaty, and then at the end of the video, there's like, he wanted some like, rock and roll wind effect, on the hair.
Even colder.
The cold area.
So he's got a leaf blower, like blowing it, man, and like we're drenched in sweat. It's like freezing cold. I mean, I definitely got a little sick after that. But,
My goodness.
rock and roll.
That's right. That's where rock and roll is truly made. Is in the empty trucking business warehouse
amongst
February.
amongst the oil stains and when he said we wetted the floor down, like we didn't get a hose because there wasn't a hookup. We got cases of water and just
Oh my God.
individually dumped bottles of water. It was
a lot of water.
It's about as rock and roll as you can get, really.
Oh my goodness. Oh dear. Well, I was trying to think of other things that I should ask you guys, and in connection with the song What Else You Got, the question came to mind, what else do you guys have? I want to know what weird hidden talent you guys have cultivated off the many hours you guys have spent in a bus together, going from one place to another.
Wow. Well, let's see. Gotta think about this one for a second. Let's see. Well, we haven't done it in a long time, but one thing we used to do a lot, and I think we would like to get back into, is we used to, it's not really a weird talent, it's just something special to us, is we used to make lists.
Okay.
Like we would say, okay, what are your top 10 favorite smells? And so you would have to really sit there and think, and like
we'd write them down and then compare our list afterwards. Like
so
we have a lot of time in the bus.
Yeah. You learn a lot about each other by doing that stuff, and it like really kind of get your brain working, makes you think, and really kind of makes the time go by pretty fast.
We'll say we do have a little hoop shoot in our bus.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So it's like a little Nerf goal.
Yeah.
And TJ is quite impressive on the Nerf goal. I mean, it's a rim like this big,
right?
And the ball's like this big. But man, he can ball. He can ball in there, man. I'm telling you.
I don't have many talents, but that's one.
Yeah. And really, man, like we're just big nerds. Like anything nerdy, like we're really into. Like
a lot of video games.
A lot of video games.
None of these are really talents, but
Yeah.
We really don't.
We don't have talents other than music, man. We're just
all we've got.
weird. That's all. That's our talent, just being weird.
Fair enough. Well, now since we're talking about stuff on the road, what is the thing that when you see you're on the road, you're kind of thinking it may be time, but the one thing that you see an exit for is like coming up in 2 miles, this thing. What is the thing that always makes you pull over?
Oh.
Chinese buffets.
Oh!
Without a doubt.
Oh, those can be kind of sketch, though.
So
There's a lot of research involved.
Okay, good.
yeah, I mean we are frequent Urban Spoon visitors.
Okay, good.
I mean because like you can't just trust everyone.
No.
But every
Learned
tour,
the hard way on that.
Yeah, every tour we have to have a Chinese buffet, at least one, or we feel cheated and weird. Like seriously. And we really like antiquing too, which is very rock and roll. Like,
Okay, we're not gonna let that pass by. What are we looking for when we're antiquing as a hard rock band? What is the thing that's like, oh my goodness, this has got the patina still on it. I gotta have this.
I really like the antique China sets. No, that's not true.
I was about to say.
Hey man, whatever works.
it's hard to carry those on the bus. That's why.
Yeah, that's the only reason. No, like I think it changes each tour we're on. It's like, okay, because a lot of us have like a long list of stuff that we'd really like to find, and it's not necessarily always antiques, but it's stuff you can find at antique stores.
Okay.
So, like I'm a big Disney movie collector.
Okay.
So there's that. Like I like Pokemon stuff.
Nerds, like I said.
a lot of like antique nerd stuff essentially. but like all of us have something different we're usually searching for, and we like help each other try to find that
Yeah,
stuff.
I try to find old suitcases and belt buckles. It's kind of my
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, and I think for me, it's like Pez dispensers and Avon cologne bottles that are shaped like things.
I talk for a living, and this is getting difficult. I don't even know how to follow that. But, okay, so what is the holy grail of a Pez dispenser for you? The white whale.
Well,
He has quite the collection.
I do.
he did.
I love Halloween Pez.
Okay.
Okay, any Halloween Pez from the '80s or before
Okay.
is special to me.
Okay.
there's
Nice. All right. Okay. Well, that's cool.
How
That's
cool is that?
That. Do you want me to be honest?
Yeah, please don't.
Moving on.
He doesn't eat the Pez though if they're that old.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
do you like Pez in general, though?
I do.
Pez.
I do. I love
great.
Pez. But yeah, usually if there's Pez inside of it, it's probably not good anymore. So,
Right, yeah, especially if you're getting one of those from the 80s.
yeah.
Yeah, if
Now,
you're getting the Stay Puft,
I
the
do,
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man Pez dispenser and it's original. Yeah, you're most
I
definitely
do
not
put on
munching
some of the
those.
Avon cologne though. My wife hates it. So,
But I bet it makes the bus smell better than it might otherwise. Oh my goodness! Oh dear goodness! Okay, so the album's going to come out July 13th. We may drop that in there again, but
Thanks, man.
what other than that, what's on the horizon for you guys? I know there has to be more than just the record dropping. Any tours? Anything that you're especially excited about?
Yeah, right now we have some festival dates. We're doing a small run in August. We'll be posting those dates soon, and then I think one of the coolest things on the horizon is we're going back to Germany this fall.
Nice.
And Latvia as well. So just doing some shows out there, and it'll be really cool, man. They love rock and roll out there, and they really like it's awesome. So we're super excited about that.
Now, I've asked some people this, and I don't think I've asked you guys this, but how do you feel like audiences overseas digest a concert differently than American crowds do?
Oh man, they put literally all their energy into that show. Like the crowd is just as involved as the band is, and I think
one's
that's
like-
something that's
yeah.
different from here.
You don't see very many phones taking photos. Everyone's kind of in the moment, you know.
Yeah, and trust me, there's some amazing shows here, stateside with people doing the exact same thing. But every show we've played overseas, they are going crazy. Like at one point in one of our concerts, like half the crowd sat down and were acting like they were on a Viking ship going, "Row,
I mean, I'm,
and like,
Wow.
yeah,
I mean,
man,
I'm talking like 30 people, not a small group. Like it was a huge boat.
and there's always just really good, like there's just really good turnouts, all the time, and it's just it's a blast. It really is.
Nice. Now, do you find that audiences over there request different songs? Like, because everybody who follows a band will shout out a song from the audience, be like, play Freebird, whatever.
Yeah.
But what do audiences out there just like really want you guys to hear or to play? I guess I should say.
I don't know. I
I
mean,
mean, heavy's good over
Yeah,
there. You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
So like crowds like that, we can definitely get away with our heavier songs.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like there's some there's some shows that we play that we kind of like, well, maybe we shouldn't do this song just because the crowd, we kind of get a feel for the, the room and the audience and stuff. But like they're like anything goes, and like, I mean, they want you like in their face, like screaming at them, and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's,
for sure.
It's fun, man. It's a really cool environment.
I can tell, obviously, that my heritage is European now because that's who I am in the show. I'm like, yes, just
awesome.
do it. Go for it.
That's great.
So what is the song, going back to the new record, what song off the new record that maybe people haven't heard yet are you most excited for people to hear?
Hey,
tough.
let's each name one because I think we all have a different one.
Yeah,
Oh,
we-
nice.
Yeah, we probably could. Personally, mainly just because it's a personal song to me and I like heavier stuff. There's a song on the album called Legacy that's like pushing our heaviest song, if not our heaviest song.
Okay.
So I really enjoyed that one. It's the lyrics in that one are super bold. We usually have at least one song on our album that's like, you know what, like, not really going to dumb this down. Like, we love Christ and here it is.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, we're
and
not
not
gonna
that we
play the
try to
game.
dumb that down on every other song, but like we like to have one song where we just like let people know what we're about. And
I mean, this one says like bow at the throne of the King of Kings, you know, and that's, you know, and we're one of those bands that, you know, like obviously like we live and breathe Christ. He's who sustains us. That's the only reason why we do it, you know, is to reach people. But, you know, like a lot of our songs are kind of more art, you know, like more artistically flared towards Christ. Whereas, you know, this one's just pretty much like Jesus is king and, you know, leave a legacy for him, you know?
Yeah.
So
Cool.
yeah. And I think for me, there's a song called Bad Self that I'm super pumped about. It's about sin.
Okay.
And just how like, you know, living, I mean, the wages of sin is death. And it's just kind of like that, you know, that thought process. I mean, looking in the mirror and looking at yourself and being like, you know, like this is killing me. And Jereb actually wrote it, and he's a drummer, but he wrote it on guitar. And it, you know what? It turned out pretty well, surprisingly. So,
I think I'm really looking forward to one called "To the Death."
Okay.
And it's pretty heavy as well, but it kind of goes back and forth, like us talking to God and then God talking to us, and he's just saying, you know, I'm with you to the death. Are you with me to the death? And I don't know, it's really powerful to me. So
Cool. I like that.
and it sounds so metal too.
To the death. It does. Although there's been some song on a record recently, I don't remember what it was, that I was like, man, this is going to be the beefiest song on this record, and it was the ballad, and I was totally thrown by the title. So I'm glad that you guys aren't doing that, because nobody needs that kind of a false move. That ain't cool. Well, one of the other things I was thinking about that I was just curious to know from you guys. In the mainstream rock world, there's this big compilation set called Punk Goes Whatever. It could be Punk Goes Pop or Punk Goes Acoustic, whatever. Well, say they put out a Punk Goes CCM. What song would the protest want to put?
CCM?
Yeah. It could be classic, it could be new and current, you know, just something that would have played on like mainstream Christian radio.
oh man,
Does Carmen count?
Sure.
Man, I don't know. Like we grew up like huge Newsboys fans. Like,
Okay.
I mean, I'm talking like John James Newsboys and Peter Furler. Like we like just big Newsboys fans. So like I think it'd be killer to do like Take Me to Your Leader or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
It's like CCM.
That's not really CCM, but
I
like,
would qualify that.
Sure,
Maybe
sure.
just on the outer edge, but I would say that's CCM.
yeah. So like, I mean, maybe something like that. I mean, I think the obvious choice for bands like us, you know, would be like a DC Talk song or something. But you know, I mean, but dude, there's some worship songs out there. Like, I mean, someone should do like a metal version of Oceans. That's a beautiful song,
man.
you know.
Well, I think it was KB did like a hip hop version of it that's pretty tight.
Oh yeah.
So so I could see you guys
check
putting
that out.
a metal spin on that.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. I'd like that. Cool. Now the other question that I used to ask bands all the time, but I got sick of being turned down, was if somebody were to ask very nicely, and it was once again a cover situation, but you guys could pick any cover, but you were to pick this one, would you do it? I want somebody to do a really heavy kind of metal gothy version of the Bunny song from VeggieTales.
Oh.
I could just see it
Yeah,
kind of doom laden and slow and just be
Doom
really
laden.
cool. The Bunny.
record, man.
The Bunny.
we'll give it a shot.
I'll tell you which one I would like is God is Bigger Than the Boogeyman. That'd be a good, you know, VeggieTales cover too.
There you
know?
go.
So,
Do a medley.
yeah. Oh gosh.
That'd be,
God is bigger than the bunny.
that would be kind of awesome.
Where's my hairbrush? You know?
Right. Well, at least you have a reason for needing one. I surpassed that need a long time ago, which is a little sad.
You could say, "Where's my goatee brush?"
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, see, now I have to tell you a story. So my daughter is 3. She's going on like 15 already, but she is figuring out about compliments. So the other day we were sitting around the dinner table, and it's my wife, myself, and my in-laws. And she looks at my wife and goes, "Mommy, you have pretty hair." And she goes, "Oh, thank you." And she looks at Grandma and says, "Grandma, you have pretty hair." I said, "Thank you." She looks at me and goes, "Daddy," and I'm going, "What's going to come next?"
Oh, yeah.
She goes, "You have a pretty goatee." I was like, okay. Like, nice save, kid.
Yeah,
Nice save.
that was a
That's
close
nice.
one.
That feels good.
Oh, man. Well, I have one other question that I want to ask that's a little bit goofy, and then maybe we'll play an acoustic track, which I'm excited about. Yeah. But from each one of you, if you could have one, I would coin this as like a band superpower. Especially for a band that it's all at y'all's level, y'all can really identify with both of these. Would you choose to never have to set up your own gear ever again? That includes tuning guitars, setting up drums, none of that ever again, or you could teleport to every single gig.
Well,
I
that's tough.
Never
don't-
set up gear, I would say.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, like we love traveling.
Right.
There's some times, man, like
depends.
especially like the last day of tour and you're in like like New Mexico or something and you have like a 22-hour drive home. It's like, yeah, I could probably teleport right now, but I like to travel. I would probably say the whole gear thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably what I would say as well.
Can they sound check for us too? Like,
Sure.
Is that part of the power?
man.
I would say so.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, if they can give me the perfect mix and I don't have to do a thing, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. I like it. Sweet deal, guys. Sweet deal.